hopefully my boobs don't come out. I think it should be fine. Hopefully. Let's wait for at least 1,000 people to come in. Okay, these fucking tweezers suck, bro. Don't you hate when you get tweezers? What? Tweezers and they suck? Because I do. I do. I'm not even doing this right now. Honestly, I really don't feel like doing my eyebrows. We're almost there, people. It's time for me to re-laminate my eyebrows, which I did myself the last time and they looked amazing because I'm a DIY type of girl. But I'm like kind of scared because, you know, laminating your eyebrows is actually a perm on your eyebrows. And I don't want my eyebrows to fall out because I know that people, you know, who have gotten perms, they'd be like, my hair would have been longer if my mom didn't put that perm in my hair. And I'm like, okay, we all know perm is terrible for your hair and it makes your hair fall out if you do too much. So I'm like scared my eyebrows are gonna fall out. So I'm like trying to give it a little rest, but like I really want to get her done because it looked just so good. Someone said, are you pregnant? 8 weeks in between. Whoo, girl, that's a long time. I'm gonna just wait until like next week, which is like 2 weeks in between. I do be capping. I'm just kidding. And I do also, I don't do soap brows, but I use this, the NYX Control Freak. This is amazing for eyebrows if you want to like fake laminated brows in between, or if your laminated brows are wearing off. I think that's the best. I love how laminated brows look on me, so. Also, you guys, I've just been having such terrible anxiety today. I announced my first single that's coming out. I mean, not my first single. My first single in 2 years that is coming out. And pretty sure it's been 2 years. I don't even know. It's been forever. I announced it and like, I don't know, but it just gave me the worst fucking anxiety. Like, I was like, ooh, like this is for real. And like, you know, for the last like 2.5 years, I've been going through something extremely traumatic. I haven't really been talking about it. I've talked about it a few times, but like I don't think anybody really knows how deep it is for real. But it was like an extremely traumatic situation for me. And I'm finally able to drop music again. And I'm like, oh my God, like what if they don't like it? Like what if they don't like my song? And I'm freaking the hell out. Like I've played it for like quite a bit of my friends, a lot of people in the industry, and I'm getting mostly all great reviews, whatever. But sorry, I'm getting like live requests. But I'm just them couple like little negative reviews. Well, not really negative reviews, but kind of like constructive. I've had a lot of constructive criticism, but then like one of my homeboys who's like really like high up in the industry kind of like shitted on me a little bit, and it hurt my feelings. And I was like, oh, he was like, this is what you're doing after 2 years, you can sing so much better than this. And I'm like, oh my God, like damn bitch, like okay. But everybody else is like, oh my God, I love this song. And it's just been making me freak out all freaking day. Like I've cried about it. I think it's just kind of like I waited so long for this moment to be able to get back to music. Like that's all I care about. And now that it's here, it's like, okay, it's here. Like it's here for real. Like, are you ready? You better get that shit. Like you better not mess this up. You had a second chance. You did what you had to do. You paid for all them lawyers. And now you're here. So prove to these people that it was worth the money and it was worth the wait that I paid, you know? So it's just been hard. And like, I don't know if it's because I'm kind of like, I'm not slipping into a depression. I'm like fighting off a depression, because sometimes that happens to me throughout the years, and I'm like fighting this off while like going through this huge thing, and I'm like, who? Trying to talk to myself. I'm talking to myself in the mirror like Issa Rae, like, look, bitch, you got it. Don't let these fucking people get in your ear. You know who you are. Like, it's so crazy. Like, ugh. Just being a human and having human emotions sometimes is so tiring. Thank you guys for all the nice comments. But it's hard sometimes. Honestly, it is fucking hard. It's really hard. Winnie Washington, I love you. Thank you. Winnie Washington. Screaming. The only person who really calls me Winnie in real life is Lala. Lala calls me Winnie all the time. Like, if we're out, she'll be like, Winnie, Winnie. And people will be like, what are you calling her? That's her name for me. Which is fine. I actually like the little nickname Winnie, so it's fine. And I'm not going to do any snippets like right now, but I think in like a day or two, I'm going to do a snippet. I'm just nervous. Okay. Somebody said trans ? No, I'm not trans. People ask me that they don't ask me that often, but people do ask me that. I know I could be trans, but I'm not. I'm cis. I'm a cis woman. I think that's the correct term. Please, nobody cancel me. I mean, even though you can't, but you know. It's so funny, like, people have tried to, like, cancel me for stupid shit, and it's just, like, I won't accept it. They're like, you're canceled. I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. Like, what are you talking about? Next subject. Like, no, I'm not. I feel like some people, like, especially in, like, the white, like, YouTube and TikTok world, they, like, really listen to shit like that, and I'm like, bitch, relax. Fuck these people. You don't know these motherfucking people. Wait, hold on. Somebody said, I literally saw you in San Francisco earlier this month. Yes, I was in San Francisco earlier this month. That was a waste of fucking time. I just got this new palette because I like signed up for this I can't even open it. I signed up for this like makeup thing that sends you makeup every month. Oh my god, I can't even open it. I opened it earlier. I'm confused. I'm not going to promote the company because they actually did used to send me stuff for free, and then they stopped out of nowhere, and really they should have been paying me because I was promoting it for them. So I'm not going to promote them. I actually do like the company, which is why I'm paying for it now, but they can go to hell. I know that's probably petty, but I'm a little petty. Is this song gonna be an R&B song? So yeah, this song is an R&B song. It's definitely a breakup anthem. I honestly feel like the girls, I really feel like everybody's gonna love it. Like, they're gonna love it. I think that you guys are gonna get a lot of captions out of this shit. And I don't even think you guys are gonna love it. I know you guys are gonna love it. I wrote the whole song myself, which a lot of these people cannot say because they don't be writing for themselves. And I'm proud of that because everybody's like, her penmanship is crazy, which I think that's the biggest thing to me that's important all the time, because I love writing. Obviously, I'm an author, but I just love writing. So to me, the biggest compliment is always like a compliment on anything I write, because that's like really my thing. Keep in mind, I didn't graduate high school. So when people say things like, your writing is so good, or you're smart, like you're smarter than I thought you were, I'm like, thanks. Didn't have much to work with, but thank you. That's always a compliment. It's my favorite movie. I could watch you for a lifetime. I think that's the one. I just watched this TikTok. Why didn't I graduate high school? I didn't graduate high school because I didn't finish. I got expelled out of like 6 high schools, And then like my senior year, I was kind of like on my like super last straw of like, all right, this is it. Like, you're in your last year. Like, you got to get it together and do what you're supposed to do. I, of course, did not do what I was supposed to do. I never went to school. I didn't do anything I was supposed to do. And then after that, it was like, okay, well, just go to the adult school to get your GED. And I was like, no. I was like, I don't want to do that. I hate school. I've hated it forever. And I don't want to do that. That simple. I didn't want to do it. So then as time passed, I just had different goals for myself, and I had a different path for myself set. At the time, it didn't seem like much, but I had a vision for myself. And I was like, I'm not going to need this in my vision. Okay? And I know I'm going to be able to succeed in what I'm trying to do. Nobody believed in me. Whatever. But I knew deep down. So I just never finished. And you know what? My mom recently was like, because we were talking about my brother. My brother's in jail, and like he's like doing all his, I think he's like doing college courses or something. And my mom was like, you don't ever feel like you want to like get your GED? And I literally sat there and I said to her, and I said, for what? I was like, for what? Literally, please, if you can give me one good reason why I should, then like 100% I would consider it. But it's like for no reason. Some people excel in school and some people excel in the real world. It's just that simple. I did not excel in school. I mean, I was smart, but I felt like it was like full of idiots. I remember being young and thinking, everybody's an idiot here. And I remember one time I, like way later, like after I never even got my GED or anything, but I had lied about it, I think. Like I was like trying to make my mom happy. She was like, you can stay at my house, like if you take some college courses. She was like, if you get your GED and take some college courses. So I like lied about getting my GED. They didn't even check into that shit. And I did take like a couple college courses, and one of them was like a communications class, I guess. And you were supposed to like write stuff and like speak in front of people. And I was in there with like, you know, it was a community college. So it was like hella grown ass people in like a college course. And I was super young at the time. And they would be like, okay, come up and, you know, say what you wrote, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I would just go up there and read my stuff. And then I would see other people be like, well, sweating and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not nervous speaking in front of people. Everybody keeps saying Dubai story time. There's nothing that happened in Dubai. My YouTube channel has the Dubai story time. It was like it was the lamest trip I ever been on in my entire life. I don't know why you guys think something happened in Dubai. Like, see, somebody said, she said 1,000 times, nothing happened in Dubai. Nothing happened in Dubai. It was not interesting. I literally did the story time. The whole freaking YouTube vlog that I did for Dubai was me eating food. I didn't do shit fun. I didn't do nothing. It was a waste of my time. It was a waste of how many hours on a plane. There was nothing that happened. I didn't even go on a boat in Dubai. Like, it was the lamest trip of my entire life. There's no story time to it. The whole story time is on YouTube. And people think that I'm like not telling the truth about it. But I promise you, it was a lame ass fucking trip. Nothing interesting happened. It was not fun. Why didn't you plan anything? Because I had went out there for like a friend of mine that had been begging me to go on trips and stuff. And I went out there and they were lame as fuck. And I was like, I don't want to even be around this person. And it was just, that was it. Didn't do anything. I was waiting to go home. I remember literally calling my dude back home, like, I miss you so much. I just want to come home, blah, blah, blah. Somebody said all the 304s go to Dubai. That's another thing. Like, I don't know why. I mean, I guess, yeah, there is a lot of 304-ness. Can't say the word on here, but if you know, you know, going on in Dubai. But I don't know if y'all think I'm like struggling or something, but I don't need to do that. So trust me, I don't need to do that, like, at all. It's just that simple. Someone said unblock me on Instagram. Probably not. You probably did something to get blocked, so no. There's nothing. And then also people think that I didn't come back to the US with Lala. People are like, oh my God, her and Lala got into it. Me and Lala never got into it. When I was filming to come back home to the States, I didn't film in the airport. I only filmed on the plane. And me and Lala were in 2 different classes. I was upstairs on the plane and she was downstairs on the plane. And that's the only reason why people think that Lala wasn't with me. But Lala was with me. We went to Dubai together. We left Dubai together. Me and Lala are still like this. Like, there was nothing that happened with me and Lala. There was nothing happened at all. Were you middle class growing up because your mom was a nurse? I don't really know how to answer that. So my family, my whole life was like just everybody around me. Like, we grew up very poor. And when I was growing up, my mom was trying to become a nurse. Like, it wasn't like I was born and my mom was already a nurse. It was like my mom was only 21 when she had me. So my mom was like, you know, going to school. My mom was going to school pretty much my whole life. Even to this day, she's like getting her fucking like, I don't know, what is that called? A master's or some shit? I don't know. My mom's getting some serious shit. My mom is like a school person. But no, we were not middle class. We were poor growing up. But my mom did her fucking thing. And then when I was in high school and like became like, I think like a junior, I don't know. My mom got her first house. And that was like a huge thing. Nobody in my family has ever like gotten a house before. My mom was like the first person to like get a car that was like really for real, like in her name type shit. Some shit like that. But no, I wouldn't even say we were middle class. We were poor. And then I think like later as I was growing up, definitely middle class. I would consider my mom to, I guess, be middle class. I don't really know how much money middle class is, but no, actually, I wouldn't say middle class. I would say poor. Now that I'm thinking about it. Also, can you guys quit repeating things like over and over? It's very annoying. Like, I see what you're saying and I'm like not responding. So it's just like, for what? I go at you for a lifetime. Low middle class. I don't really know what is considered to be middle class. I know that when I started becoming a teenager, I felt like my mom made a lot of money. And now that I'm grown, I don't think that. I think my mom works way too hard for what she's paid. But my mom is paid very well now. But like, I think my mom works way too hard. My mom works every day, all the time. Like, literally all the time. Like, it'll be Christmas and my mom is like, oh, I'm working. So like, I don't really like have holidays and stuff with family. Last Thanksgiving was like the first holiday I set up as like an adult. Never really had that before. Why don't you help her more? My mom is not wanting for anything. My mom would never want for anything. What do you mean help her? My mom doesn't need any help. My money is her money. My mom don't even like taking money from me, for real. I be trying to do so much for my mom and she's like, no. But my mom doesn't want for anything. My mom is not struggling at all. My mom is also like a very humble person. She doesn't live the same lifestyle as me at all. My mom is like very happy with her lifestyle and I can't do nothing about it. I've bought my mom I don't know how many fucking iPhones. She don't want an iPhone. She wants a fucking Android. What's your mom's zodiac? My mom is a Pisces. But my mom would never want for anything. Me and my mom are gonna definitely like, we've been talking for like the last couple years about buying property and stuff together. I can't wait to do that with her. One thing about me and my mother, like, I can honestly say now that I'm like grown, we're a team. Like, my mom is the only real person on my team that I'm gonna have forever and ever. Like, that's the only person I could really tell any and everything to. When I was growing up, it wasn't like that, but now it's like that I'm grown and I'm just so thankful. I have somebody, honestly, like, if I went broke today and I asked my mom for all her money in her bank account, she would probably give it to me. And same with me, literally. Because my mom would do anything for me. Like, you know the book, The Giving Tree? I don't know if anybody knows that book, but my mom is like the giving tree. Like, she'll give me any fucking thing. Her birthday's coming up. Yes, my mom's birthday's coming up, and I'm taking her to Mexico. My mom is turning 50, and that's pretty young. My mom is very young. I mean, I'm grown, so my mom is very young. Like, people be having old ass parents, but I'm taking my mom on a trip to Mexico. She wanted to go, and she was gonna go by herself, and I'm like, bitch, are you nuts? Like, no. And then I was like, okay, so where are we supposed to be staying? Like, out there. My mom's like, well, I booked the studio. I didn't know if you were gonna for sure come. I'm like, yes. So then I like booked this fat ass house for us and spent hella money on it. Cause I'm like, it's my mom's 50th birthday. Like, I don't give a fuck about the money. Like, we're doing it up. And it's just me and my mom. And